Update on the Strathspey primary school tragedy. A father's cry for justice. Roy Harrypaul, the father of 11-year-old Mark Harrypaul, continues to cry out for justice after his son's tragic death at the Georgetown Public Hospital on November 27, 2023. Mark, a grade 6 student at Strathspey Primary School, died after being struck in the head by a school gate that was slammed shut by a 14-year-old student from Buxton Secondary School. In a recent message to Guyana News Updates, Roy expressed deep frustration over the lack of progress in the investigation into his son's death. Despite the family's repeated calls for action, including appeals to the Minister of Education, Priya Manikchand, and President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, they have received no substantial updates from the authorities. Roy said, "Since my son passed, there has been no justice. We have been calling on the Minister of Child Care and Protection, the Head of Security, and the Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP, to reopen my son's case and give us proper justice. It feels like something is being covered up, and we are not going to let this go." The grieving father also warned that if no action is taken soon, he is prepared to take the matter to the streets in protest. "I'm ready to protest so that people can know what's really happening with our children when they go to school. My son could have been starting secondary school this morning, but instead, his life was cut short by a bully." Roy has reiterated his call for the authorities to address bullying in schools, highlighting that his son's case should serve as a wake-up call for better protection of children in educational institutions across Guyana. The family remains in mourning, struggling to come to terms with their loss, while also facing the daily challenge of explaining to their younger children why their brother is not coming home. "All we want is justice. We cannot move on until we know that something is being done," Roy stated. The autopsy report confirmed that Mark died from a fractured skull and blunt force trauma to the head, injuries sustained during the incident at the school. A file was reportedly sent to the DPP for advice, but no further information has been provided to the family. As the Harrypaul family waits for answers, they continue to urge parents to educate their children about the consequences of their actions and to call on the government to implement stricter measures to prevent bullying and ensure the safety of all students in Guyana schools.